it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kick Punch Sportscast, NFL edition.
We're back.
We're back. We missed week 2. We discussed this earlier. I mean, before we get into that, I'll just say it's your boy, Dylan Fleury here.
Yep. And your other boy, Shane Burns.
Yes, we're the boys. 2-man power trip today. No Lindsay.
Lindsay is missing in action, completing, school and other boring things.
Yeah, it's boy talk today. It's boy talk.
School and not sports, but
fucking nerd. I'm going to throw in that Simpsons clip. No.
He'll appreciate that.
But yeah, so I'll say, we discussed this earlier because we missed week 2. I was like, do you want to discuss a bit of it? And you're like, I live week to week.
I live week to week, man. I barely remember what happened.
And Eagles lost, so I don't really want to get into that.
Niners won, but then we truly lost because Jimmy's down now. So, I would rather be 0-3 and have Jimmy than have one win and not Jimmy.
Yeah.
Say that?
Yeah, these teams too right now, it's just like the Packers and the Patriots, 49ers. You don't have a good backup. You don't have a Super Bowl winning quarterback as your backup like the Eagles. So you guys kind of just fuck yourselves.
It's funny because you got a Super Bowl winning backup and not a Super Bowl winning starter.
It's weird. Eh? It's fucking weird.
It might be the first time ever.
And the fact that like a guy can go win the Super Bowl and then be a back, like plays the first two games 1-1, gets pulled.
He looked like a backup in the first 2 games.
Man, I told you. That's my theory. He's like Alex Moran from BMS. He does enough to keep the second position, but he doesn't want to be a first string.
Yeah.
Because he's just fucking, he's just partying out in Philly every night.
Hey, he could be, if he leaves after this year, then we'll see.
I don't, if I'm him, I'm riding that out till Philly lets me go.
Yeah.
I'm not going I want more money, I want to be a starter. He's tried to start. Albeit he was with Jeff Fisher, which, nobody really succeeds under that guy, but.
Literally nobody.
But, who else is going to take him? He could, if he's going anywhere, it's going to be another backup probably.
Yeah.
But they would be smart. He could leverage that shit, be like, I'm a good backup. I'm not going to take your spot, but if you need me, I'm going to show up when you need me. Because he's got that under his belt.
He could just pull a Case Keenum,
That too.
Something like that.
But he could go fucking have like you said, the 49ers or even the Packers.
Yeah.
Packers would be a great deal for him.
Yeah.
Just because he's pretty young still, and Aaron Rodgers is better than Brett Hundley.
They got to do something behind Rodgers for sure.
It's so weird.
I find there's been I don't know any percentages or numbers, but there feels like a lot of injuries in the first 3 weeks of the season.
I was looking at the ticker on Sunday, and it literally every game it was this player hurt in first quarter, out for a game. This player hurt first quarter. Every game had somebody hurt in the first quarter.
I haven't gone a week in fantasy without losing a guy on Sunday or early or for the next week or just randomly midweek. Dalvin Cook midweek was oh, he's not going to play. And I was what the shit?
Yeah.
He had they said he had a slight tweak in overtime of his hamstring, and now he's just out.
Oh, fuck the Vikings, eh?
Yeah. Ooh. And then they got killed. So and now they're playing on Thursday. So it's is he actually going to be healthy this week? It's just running backs are going down hard this year, man. Hard.
Well, what's all this protection over quarterbacks? We're going to protect the running backs too. You can't be just falling on running backs like that.
Oh man.
They're
getting hurt all fucking manner of ways. It's just, I don't know. I think it's, I don't know if I said this before, but I think it's just the preseason. Nobody plays in the preseason.
So everybody's rusty?
You just go in 0 to 60, right? And
do you think do you think it could be steroids? Everybody's just so much more jacked
also
nowadays.
Also that.
Everybody's so fucking ripped that they're just hurting each other.
I don't know. I think shoulder tears and knees and stuff definitely are because of the way people train, for sure.
There's got to be a correlation, right? It just seems like it's more common.
You see it everywhere. People ripping their shoulders and tearing their knees.
It's fucking CrossFit, man. It's a shitty CrossFit.
It's not everyday people walking around tear their ACLs all the time. Lindsay actually, I think she did though. She ripped her something in her knee a few years ago.
Okay.
And she just kind of rehabbed it herself, and it was fine because she's not an athlete, so she didn't need replacement surgery.
What's that on Bob's Burgers where he fucks up his shoulder and he's like, I think it's broken. He's like, nah, it's not broken. If it was broken, you know it. It's that's not something somebody says, and he goes to the doctor. It's nah, if it was broken, you know it.
Exactly. You would.
Yeah, you'd know, yeah. So she was just but I guess that doesn't really, more in the sense that in that episode, if we're going deep in this episode,
sure.
What's the guy's name? I want to say Javi, but
terrible names.
The Capoeiro guy.
Oh yeah.
Ends up healing Bob from just like,
That's right.
yeah, just healing him. Just he's like, you don't need surgery. I'll heal you, and he gives him scrunchies and shit.
That's
a good
it
episode.
worked. I'd listen to that guy.
Yes.
I'd listen to that guy too.
Gyro. Boom. Got it.
Yeah,
I knew
it
I'd
was
get there.
Gyro.
I'd get there.
Good stuff.
Gyro. What? Yeah. So yeah, definitely
they
a lot
should-
of injuries.
A lot of teams should hire Gyro. Is what you're
Well,
saying.
yes. I feel like also the NFL is starting to get a lot like fucking MMA, man. It's
Mhm.
like every UFC card, you lose probably 3 guys to injuries.
Yep.
And now you're losing just a lot of fucking football players injuries.
It's just jobbers, man. Jobbers everywhere. Like, and it's not like the game's really suffering. There's still a lot of fun games going on.
It's like so
but
much talent, right?
it's just because the league's really deep. Like running backs, especially. There's so many next man up
Oh yeah.
situations. Like what's his name, Philip Lindsay out there in Denver. It's undrafted,
Okay.
and now he's basically the starter
In Denver?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
and he's become like a locker room leader and shit as like an undrafted rookie. It's like unheard
I
of.
love those
man.
stories.
I love those stories too, but that's still just crazy. Like
Yeah.
you don't see that stuff all the time because running backs are just kind of everywhere. You know.
Well, in running backs, their career fucking trajectory, their timeline is very short. You get like 5 years out of running back, unless you're AP and then somehow have like 2 career resurgences in his career, like he's back again.
AP's looking great, man.
Like what the shit?
Too bad he plays for Washington.
Yeah, I know.
Same with Alex Smith. It's a shame because
Alex Smith and yeah.
that franchise sucks and they're going to be in neutral forever. And like I hate the racist ass name.
Yeah.
It
I
just
just-
sucks that guys I like
Yeah.
go to that team.
I hate more the fact that they're in the NFC East.
Also that Eagles fans can pile on top of the
Yeah,
other reasons
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And Dan Snyder's a piece of shit. So
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider, piece
Dan
of shit.
Schneider.
But the Niners, like they lost McKinnon. Breda stepped up real hard.
Got him.
Um,
Talk about him
I have him
fancy in a
too.
bit.
I have a couple pulls too. He was the leading rusher in the NFL going into week 3.
Wait, what?
He was the leading rusher in the NFL going into week 3. He had like 180 or some shit like that. I don't know if he is now after the.
Oh
week
shit!
3.
Yeah, no, he's been playing. Oh, fuck. I just picked him up now, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Thinking that like he wasn't starting until week 3. No, he's had a career.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
he
yeah.
started from the start basically.
Yeah, he had. Yeah, I just went free agency, and I looked at the top guys, and him, and I think it was the Vikings running back, or somebody else was like it was like top 2, and I went
Oh
for
yeah,
both of them.
Latavius.
No, I already have him. I dropped him.
Oh.
I can't remember who it was, but there was 2
Disappointing
running
this
backs. I got Breda.
Yeah, Breda's looking good. He hurt his knee though, so be wary
Oh,
this
fucking-
week. Yeah. But it was hyperextended, and he went out, and then he came back after half. So
Okay.
I don't know if he got that magic spray or nice little pain shot or something,
Well,
but now he's questionable.
That's what I was gonna say too in terms of injuries. Like they got cortisone shots for your knees, man. You ever see Varsity Blues? Paul Walker lived his career.
Oh
off
my
that.
god, cortisone shots are such a bad idea.
No, great idea.
Medically speaking.
Oh, man, it's like, that's how they did it back in the day, man. They didn't have to worry
that's
about
why
getting
they're
hurt.
all dead and have CTE and shit.
They don't shoot in their head. Got a concussion, cortisone shot.
Oh man, I was just gonna make a bad joke, but I won't. But like, so Breda might be a little wonky this week. I wouldn't be surprised if Morris plays more because with Bethard in instead of Jimmy, it's gonna be rush heavy.
Fucking vulture to TD too.
Yeah, he's the heavy back, right?
He's
like-
the Tolbert of the fucking
Yeah,
NFL right
like
now.
he's the guy who he does the short yardage, he does the goal line. You know, if Breda's going to get you a touchdown, it's going to be because he goosed some 40-yard thing.
Mhm.
You know, this winding, stupid, fast thing. He did that a few times, man. That kid's got wheels.
That's the tricky thing in football. It's like, do you want to get the guy who's going to get you like 100 yards but no TDs, or the guy who's going to get 2 TDs? Well, the guy who's going to get 2 TDs
Yeah,
will get you 12, but there's a good chance he doesn't get any points.
yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, fuck,
It's
such a risky.
just on the punch, right?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of pools are dependent on touchdowns, like purely.
That's pretty much what
touchdowns.
ours is.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
6
if you don't-
points. That's huge.
You can have a great day, and if they don't punch it in, it doesn't really matter.
It's insane when you see like a guy gets 150 receiving yards, 15 points. That's awesome. But then one guy just had 2 TDs and
Yeah.
the same amount of points.
Same thing. Like, especially what's his name? Buck Allen on the Ravens. He gets like 30 rushing yards a game on like 7-8 touches,
Mhm.
1 or 2 touchdowns every game.
Yeah.
Like
It's just
he's the vulture back.
But
And-
it's risky though because he could get you to like 5 points or he can
Yeah.
get you. Yeah.
If you believe that they're going to be working, you know, in the
Mhm.
red zone and shit, then yeah, go get Buck Allen. He's still available in most places.
That's where like going deep on fantasy football, where you know it's like, oh, this team, you know, they always let up a lot of points in the red zone and all this shit. I just can't go that deep.
The Ravens, I just saw some stat. The Ravens have had 12 red zone trips, 12 touchdowns. That's pretty money.
That is good. That's not as good as Carson Wentz last season, though. See his? He was
Oh.
like some like 27 TDs, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks in the red zone.
Wow.
Him and Breeze were like the only guys to do something like that.
Fun fact, Alex Smith
Oh, I thought you were going to go something else with that.
went like 7 years without throwing a red zone pick.
That's pretty crazy, too.
Yep.
But how many times did he throw it,
Oh,
though?
tons. He had this crazy
Yeah.
rate. It was like 40 touchdowns, no picks in the red zone or something like that
That's crazy.
over several seasons.
Yeah.
I think he was like close to the record or set the record or something like that. But it was like the dude is just so efficient and cautious that he never threw picks down there. Wentz, not cautious, skilled.
Oh, yeah. There you
Right?
go. Oh,
Like
I thought
Wentz Wentz the baller,
Compliment.
right? But like Alex just never forced it
yeah.
or anything. And Wentz is going to be, he's balling. He's going to force it. He's, let's go to him quickly too. He was a little rusty.
He looked great on that first drive.
Yep.
He
The
had
scripted
one.
drive.
Pardon?
The scripted drive. Like
Yeah.
The drive they ran in practice.
Oh, okay. So
That's like the first 15 plays are like
Yeah, they
scripted.
know what they're gonna
run.
do.
They know exactly
But
what they're going to do.
I don't know if it was the first drive or the second drive where he had a sick, like he was about to get sacked, the fucking pocket collapsed and my screen froze. And I'm like, oh, he's getting sacked. But wouldn't it be funny if I turn it back on and it's like, oh, big gain. And it turns back on and it's like they're cheering because he fucking rolled out.
Awesome.
It was like old Wentz, but after that he got sacked quite a bit. I think he got sacked like 5 times.
5 times, yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, yeah, like you said, rust.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like he still played great. Like
I thought he would look
No.
a little rusty.
no issue. Like he was rusty, but he wasn't too rusty. It was enough to get the W,
Yeah.
and
That's all that
enough to
counts.
make it look like he's not too hesitant to. He's not really hesitant. That's a big issue too. It's like how is he going to play differently? It looks like he's still playing the same. He's sliding a bit more.
Yep.
Not kind of just going for it, which is smart.
That was my concern, was just that he'd be a little tentative, and his game is so baller that
might have
you
been
gotta
yeah.
play forward, right?
There might have been like a couple of times, but I think he looked fine. I don't think it's an MVP season, but I think we're definitely can easily go back to the playoffs.
Well, yeah, the East is kind of weak anyway.
Well, yeah.
Dallas looks bad. Washington
Yeah,
looks okay.
is good though.
The Giants looked bad and then kind of pulled through on the weekend, but it's Houston, so who gives a shit? I would say that division is weak-ish, and you could probably take it with like 10-6,
Hopefully, that'd be nice.
something like that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to just get back to the playoffs, get Carson Wentz some playoff experience because he still doesn't have playoff experience.
True, right? Shit, that's true. Oh man, it's like a reset. That's so weird. Like, yeah.
This is like not really the Super Bowl team. It is, but it isn't. Like it's not. You don't have your Super Bowl. Like it's weird to go like, oh, the Eagles going back to the Super Bowl, but it's like, but Carson Wentz is doing it, not Foles.
That's kind of good though, right? It just means that like the team's upgraded in a lot of ways too.
There's more like long term
Mhm.
in that, but it's also weird being like, fuck, if they don't make it back to the Super Bowl, is it bad or is it like
No.
Because it's not like Wentz went and then didn't go back. It's
Yeah.
like he never won.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, you make the playoffs. I'd say if Wentz wins a playoff game, maybe gets the conference final, you can call that a win this year for sure.
Oh yeah, one playoff win would be huge.
Yeah. Because you always get the Super Bowl hangover anyway.
Mhm.
Guys get less time to rehab. It's like, you can see that right away. Like everybody's out.
You're out for the first like month because you just party so hard.
Yeah.
Off season.
Yeah. And then you like have to get your surgeries late and everything
Yeah.
and shit. And it like just takes forever to come back. Like
You gotta do
Jeffrey.
cortisone shots because you can't get surgery.
Like Jeffrey, man.
Yeah, Jeffrey's really like I'm
Really
surprised
want
he was supposed to
Jeffrey
come
to come
back week 3.
Hmm?
He was supposed to come back week 3. Alshon?
I'm trying to trade for him right now, actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to trade for him and Le'Veon.
You want?
I'm taking a Le'Veon shot.
I'm trying to right now. I'm looking at making a trade. Godwin for the Buccaneers
Mm-hmm.
for AP. They're both up there in a lot of points.
Yeah.
But it's with my brother. He's kind of like iffy on John Connor right now, so he might need AP because AP's just chilling on his bench. But yeah, we're looking into that.
He'll target the bench spots for sure.
So I might try to snag
Yeah.
because I need a running back. So I'll throw that out there right now. I got just an embarrassment of receivers right now. They're just killing it, and they're all on my bench. I keep fucking up,
Well,
but all my receivers put up like 10 points every week.
I'm getting wrecked as per usual. String of terrible luck continues.
I took the dub on you this week.
You did.
Gronk couldn't pull anything. If Gronk would have put up a better game, it would have been closer. But
Well, that's a guy I wouldn't mind trading for a running back because my running back depth is weak, and
I need a running back though.
Gronk's a good asset, so
my running back depth is weak. I need one.
I kind of go off and on Gronk. Like a lot of times I've drafted him and I liked it and thought it was a good move, and a lot of times it's just like I don't know, a little too up and down. But tight ends are always really up and down.
Mm.
And I worry a little bit about the Patriots offense right now, and it's like unbalanced, and Gronk's getting doubled because there's no receivers and stuff.
That's the thing. You think like he's definitely getting more looks because there's nobody to throw to, but because he's getting more looks, he's getting double coverage. And
he's just had a couple funky games in a row, and like they all have.
The partying's catching up to him, man.
Funky games in a row, but it's just like I don't know. Going 0-3 to start makes you want to make some moves.
In what world did you think that you would start 0-3 and John would start 3-0?
Oh, I don't know. Hell? Like hell?
Well, that's the domination league for you.
2018 has convinced me that we live in hell, and this is just more confirmation as far as
just
I'm
hell
concerned.
for you, not for anybody else.
Man, it's been my worst fantasy year all around. Like I play another pool that I'm doing pretty well in, actually, 2-1 and like second points overall and stuff. And that's it, man. I'm playing like two head-to-head pools. I'm just crapping right out. Out of suicide. Thanks a lot, Vikings.
Made it further than I did.
A week further. Like just crazy. I read some stat that like there's more people out of suicide at this point in the season than like fucking ever.
It makes sense because think about it. How many people took the Vikings over the Bills? I guarantee you that was probably
on
the
Yahoo.
biggest.
It was 65%. 65% of the picks. I've never seen it that high. I can't remember it ever being that high, like the pick share on a suicide pick.
Insane.
And it was the easiest suicide pick I ever made in my life.
Yeah.
I looked at the list and I was like, oh shit, yeah, perfect, done.
Bills
easy.
suck.
Bills
Vikings
suck.
are good.
Vikings at home. Bills are starting Josh Allen, rookie, dome, easy.
Oh man,
what the hell happened? Like I was watching the Niners, so I didn't get to see it, but like I had Red Zone on one screen and the Niners on the main screen, and I looked over and it was like 17-0 Bills, and I was like, what? And I looked over again and it was 27-0, and I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then it just never went
life?
back. Never went back, man.
I'm on the NFL Network, like vintage games. What is this?
Like the Bills have never been that good. Come on.
Man, they went to 4 Super Bowls in a row.
And what happened?
Okay, but they're the second best team 4 years in a row.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's still pretty good.
First loser.
That's still pretty good.
The dynasty of losing. Dynasty
true,
of
yeah.
losing. This is the best quarterback they've had in forever, though. So good for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched some of his highlights, Josh Allen highlights. Like, kid's got some skill, man.
It seems like the rookie core this year is one of the best in a while. Like Baker
Truly.
got the dub.
Yep. Baker looks good. Darnold looked good, but a little shaky now.
Mm-hmm.
Rosen's starting now. Cardinals handed him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So
I saw that. Yeah, they took out Bradford near the end of the game.
Bradford sucks. I don't know why he was over there. I liked Rosen a lot in the draft. So
I got like a little sweet spot for Bradford.
no.
He was like when he was healthy in Philly, he was good.
That's right. He was in Philly.
He was good. When he's healthy, but he's just he's just a fucking Band-Aid. He's
Yeah.
always getting hurt.
He's never the thing that I have fond memories of Bradford for ruining like 3 Rams seasons and like because we're in the division, right?
Yeah.
And just totally obliterating any chance they had of doing anything because he blew out his knee and it was totally ineffective and stuff. And thanks, Sam. Thanks, Sam. I think we snuck in the playoffs once off that kind of shit because they had a good team, man. And the Rams have been good for a while. They just turned over a few times because of Fisher and other things.
Jared Goff's definitely helping them out. They're definitely at the top right now.
Goff looked really good. I've never really been sold on him, but he looked really good.
First pick overall for a reason, right?
It's not always. I don't know.
Well, it's not always guaranteed, but it's
That was kind of a okay class. Like it was like he had a lot of the measurables, but people hadn't really seen him play pro and stuff like that, like pro offense and stuff.
well, that's him and Wentz, right? 1 and 2. Goff and Wentz were both guys who were not.
I still like Wentz better. I liked Wentz better the whole time.
I'd agree. I mean, like biasly, I'll say that, but
I just remember
definitely looks
watching
like Goff's looking good.
I remember watching their college tape because I always like to watch the quarterbacks and just see, who I thought was best that year. I thought Wentz was better for what it's worth.
You just had a better highlight package.
He just could make all the throws, and he was a baller. I think quarterback needs to be a baller, or they're not going to make the gutsy throws that win games.
Yeah, no, you got to go for it a lot of times.
Like, I think Goff's too conservative. I think Darnold's too conservative. That's why I didn't really care for him.
It was hilarious. I was watching that game at a bar with my buddy, and when Cleveland went up, he's just like, my buddy's like, man, I watched Darnold at USC. Guy's the biggest choker ever.
Yeah,
he's gonna throw a pick here.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Bang.
Like, yeah, boom, threw a pick. I'm like, how did you know that? He's like, I don't know, man. He's just fucking choke artist.
He just seems weak, man. Like, he seems soft, you know? Like, not up to the rigors of being an NFL quarterback. And
yeah, but there's definitely glimpses of something there.
Yeah.
Like, he can definitely carry that team, too.
I think New York's going to crush him like a fucking car in one of those Crusher Cube things, though.
Yeah, they have short memories.
Yeah. They're going to break him. Like, he was a toast of the town 2 weeks ago. They won week 1, and everybody's like, Darnold's the king, and now they're just throwing garbage.
He lost to Cleveland, though. That's the problem. If he would have lost to anybody else, it's okay, but he lost to Cleveland, so they're like, you can't fucking beat Cleveland.
Cleveland's like a good team this year, man.
It is, but if you're a Jets fan, you're not paying. You just listen to, like,
it's true. You don't want
background noise, and you're like, Cleveland sucks.
You don't want to be the team, right? You don't want to be the team that loses to them after like 20 games, 20 L's in a row.
Especially if they don't win another game this year, then you're like, oh, we're that team.
They're going 6-10, man.
If you think Baker's going to win 5 games?
I do, yeah. I
so.
love that kid. I'm way convinced on Baker, man. Like, I thought he was the goods, and he went first, and I thought he was the best quarterback on the board. So
he looked fucking awesome that game, too.
Oh, I'm thinking about him for waivers. Because
not in our league. Johnny's got him.
No, exactly. Shouts Johnny. No, because Jimmy went down, and it's like Goff on waivers. It's like Goff, Russ Wilson on waivers, but he's not doing great.
Because that team sucks right now.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
And Baker. So I'm going Goff because it's a smart thing to do. But just in case somebody swipes me, I got a second one on Baker.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I can see Baker putting up like a couple of good games. Like, he's not going to be consistent, but
I don't have a backup in that league, so I'm just streaming a starter. So even if I'm just
week to week,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm down for streaming quarterbacks. I think there's enough out there, unless you're in a super deep like 2 quarterback league.
8-team league. You definitely run it like a defense.
Fucking Fitzpatrick's still sitting out there in one of my leagues.
Oh man, first quarterback ever, 3 games, 400 passing yards.
400 passing yards.
I was watching that. Like, I just saw the I just had it on, like, I looked at the score on NFL.com, and I looked at the stats, and it's like he was like 1 TD, 3 interceptions. I'm like, oh, I guess Fitzmagic's done.
Yeah.
Then I look back later, and it's like they're like the game, they're down by 3, and he's got 3 TDs. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
He had a bad first half. He kept overthrowing dudes. Yeah.
Well, that was it. Those 2 passes were bad. Yep. But because I was watching him, because I watched the highlights the next day, I'm like, when is he going to throw these picks? Like, he just kept going and going, and then just like he looks good.
He didn't slow down. He was getting killed too. Yeah. Like, I think the Steelers had 5 roughing the passer penalties or something, which is a whole other thing. But they did. Like, 3 of them were real, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, headshots and like flopping and lowering the head to the chest and stuff.
That's
bad stuff. There is bad stuff in there still. But he got killed. I think he got sacked 4 or 5 times and got hit real hard another 5 times.
Smoked for 1 to throw. I don't know if it was a TD pass or it was a big bomb.
That sidearm one.
Yeah,
that was great, man. No, he's just balling right now. Like, I don't think Jameis is coming back. I don't know.
Not anytime soon.
Nope.
I think he was saying too, this is the first time he's ever played with like fast receivers.
Yeah.
So he just fucking bombs and he knows Mike Evans is gonna catch it.
Mike Evans is, man, that kid is so good. Holy, like.
Well, he's got a good man. Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson, and Godwin. Like, these 3 guys are fucking.
I was really impressed with Godwin too last night. Night football.
Yeah,
he's so strong, man. Like, he fought for those balls. Like, his touchdown was really contested. Like, he went up and got that thing, and there was like a really big conversion where he went and got that thing, and it was just pro stuff, man. Pro stuff. Tampa, surprisingly good.
I don't think I've started him once yet, and I think he's put up over 10 points every week.
Yeah, I have him somewhere too. I picked him up like 2 weeks ago because I just caught him on red zone and he beasted some ball away from a guy, and I just went on put in a waiver claim for him right away.
What's he got here? He's got season stats.
Yeah, waivers are getting kind of thin in general.
That starts happening, right? People start seeing guys. Yeah, 10 points, 11 points, 11 points.
Yeah.
Killing it.
That's steady solid, man. Like,
oh, man. Was this week? Oh, my God. I left. Kenny Stills got 12 points. Robert Woods got 23.
Yep.
and Godwin got 11, and they were all on my bench.
Who'd you have in your flex? It was Aguilar,
Fucking
right?
Aguilar.
Yeah.
God
Aguilar
damn!
got
I thought like
nothing.
once his back, he's gonna start fucking bombing it to him. It's like nope.
Yeah,
Didn't do it.
I had an attack of the Sunday morning crazies, which is what I like to call overthinking my fantasy lineup on Sunday mornings.
Little tinkering.
Yeah, a little too
Tinker
much
stinker.
over tinkering. And I dropped who was it, Sterling Shepard, and put in Eckler, the running back.
Yeah.
Because it's a PPR pool, and
Oh, this is the other because I was looking at a league
Yeah.
here, and I'm like,
no,
what?
it's like my other pool.
Mhm.
And Sterling Shepard had a great day. It was like 8 for 80 and a touchdown. Like that's a great day for any receiver
Fuck yeah.
on my bench, because I at like 12:45 I thought, no, Eckler's gonna get more action. Because he catches a lot of passes out of the end zone. He has really good efficiency. Like he rushed 5 times for 50 yards, and he's a little spark plug, but they
Mhm.
just don't give him the touches.
Yeah.
He gets like 7 to 10 touches a game, which like you can't fucking start that.
Even if you're doing like 10 yards a
Yeah.
carry,
Yeah.
7
You
carries,
can't
7
start
points.
that. He almost busted a touchdown though. It's not one of those carries. But I'm gonna go back to Sterling Shepard this week.
That's what I said last week with Aguilar, because Aguilar put up like 15 on my bench. I'm like, oh, I'll put him in.
It's just you gotta don't chase it. Don't chase the dragon. Play the matchup.
I
I should have
just-
just
yeah.
played the matchup. Like Sterling Shepard versus Houston seemed soft,
Mhm.
and felt like a good opportunity. And I just didn't go with the gut. Go with the gut. That's always the lesson.
I don't know. I go with the Yahoo color scheme.
Nice.
If I have all greens in my lineup, I'm happy. And then I just blame Yahoo, and I write them a really, really passionate
They
letter.
got a nice star ranking system now too.
They got it's too many things to look at. Can't do that. It's colors. It's easy. Red, yellow, green. I know what's up.
Fuck, there's not even really a lot of people on waivers. Like I'm struggling. I'm looking for trades now instead.
You got anybody that I would want? Your team, fuck man, your team sucks.
It's just gone bad, man.
I seen a running back, and you have nobody that
I'm not
want.
giving you a running back.
You don't have. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. You don't have anybody. Get out of here with that weak shit. I'm gonna have to start talking to some people.
Saquon Barkley, for God's sakes. Or something.
Yeah, you got one guy.
No, my second spot's a problem because it's Dalvin Cook normally, but he's wonky and playing on Thursday. I hate Thursday guys anyway, man. Never goes well.
Fuck, man. I had my buddy. I was talking to him the other day, and we were talking about Josh Gordon and shit. And he's like, "Man, I'm so glad I picked up Josh Gordon. Like, it's like one of the fastest running backs in the league. It's awesome." And I'm like,
Running backs.
"Josh Gordon's a receiver, you idiot." It's like, really?
Really?
Yeah. He's like, "Oh fuck, this changes everything."
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, first of all, how'd you not know that? Second of all,
So
when you
many
picked
things.
him up, it has a WR beside his
Yeah.
name.
So
You know
many
what that
things,
means?
man. I have so many problems with that move.
Oh man, I'm like, go. You can have him. Like, he's probably not going to last the season, but
I don't know. I mean, I'd think about Josh Gordon at this point. They got no other receivers. They're gonna try.
oh, you can make it try to work, but
They're gonna try to make him Moss. I think. He
could he be a Moss? Yeah.
He could be Moss. Fuck yeah. Tall, fast, strong. I love Josh Gordon. I was really pissed the Niners didn't get him.
Yeah.
Like apparently they backed off at the last minute. And
Well, is that report
Patriots.
true that he showed up high?
No.
Because I read
Patriots wouldn't take him if he showed up.
that's
high.
what I assumed. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, if he definitely had drug issues, they wouldn't bother.
Also, I think he's getting drug tested about every 3 days right now. or
For
some shit.
what though? You can take other shit to get high. Is he
true.
in the pills now? He's doing
Might
what?
be.
Fucking Zans and perks.
Zans and perks. Who knows, man?
Got that lean.
He seems like, I don't know, the Browns seem to have him pretty tightly controlled and stuff. Like he went to rehab and counseling and all that shit. So I don't know. They kind of put him back together, and then he was late to a meeting, and so they kicked him out.
Well, no,
Made
you
no
got-
sense.
He got hurt at a photo shoot.
That was true.
And they might have been like, you can't go to this photo shoot, Josh. It's too risky, all right? You're moving around too much on this photo shoot.
It was really
You're on a
funny.
horse or something.
That was really fucking funny that he hurt himself at a photo shoot.
I just think it's funny, too, that it's like the Strahler broke the game was back. It's like when the Browns were like, okay, we're done with you. It's not like the fact that he only played, 10 games in 4 seasons and he
Yeah.
failed like 3 drug tests.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he was just late because of
He's
a photo
basically
shoot.
Bones, man. Like he's had like a
Yeah.
Bones-like career,
In terms of the drug use, not in terms of the greatness, though.
I just shit, man. He led the NFL when he played 10 games
Yeah,
that year.
but he didn't win a UFC championship.
Because he played for the Browns. The only person to do that from Cleveland is Stipe Miocic.
Stipe.
Shouts. I think Gordon could do something. I didn't think he was really worth taking a shot on rostering right now, but anywhere. I didn't even put any claims in for him. I thought it was like, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Did anybody?
I don't like to trust any of the Patriots, honestly. I try to stay
no.
away from the Patriots in general because you never know what the hell's going on week to week. I think Edelman, when he comes back, will be worth something. I think it's not this week, but next week. Week 5, he'll be back.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's going to be losing those gains, though. He can't do steroids anymore. He's going to be a little thinner.
In a PPR, more so than standard scoring, because that guy just racks 8-yard catches all day. All day.
Yeah, no, he's good for that shit.
Edelman, you get Edelman, Josh Gordon back on the field, like that'll free up Gronk a little bit. Things can get better. It's like,
well, yeah, I mean that kind of gives you, so you got a deep threat, you got a short, you got like a 5 and out or Edelman, and
you get Gronk running the post in the middle. That's enough, man.
It's not for Brady.
They have like 8 running backs too. So.
Yeah. So I think offered me Burkhead. I'm like, Patriots? No. I'm good. No. I need a running back who's going to play every week.
It's really fragile too, man. Like he gets hurt like seemingly every week. I think what's his name? Sony Michael, the rookie that they got.
Is he French?
No.
Oh, so it's Michael.
From South.
It's Michael.
He got like 15 carries last week, which is like kind of a record for the Pats. And he might be the guy now. So I don't know. He's worth taking a flyer on.
Yeah. And then randomly Belichick will be like, actually, I don't want to play you this week.
Yeah. You'll just get the inactive list one morning and he'll be inactive. Yeah. You'll be like, son of a bitch. And you like scramble off to the waivers because Bill screwed you again.
Yeah.
That's why Gronk was about the only Pat I ever go after.
I used to go after Brady and it's just too risky sometimes.
We'll draft him too high, man.
Yeah.
We'll draft him too high.
Yeah, well, because like you think, oh, Brady's awesome, but he's not going to put up the point. Like he'll throw, he'll have a great game, but he's only throwing for like 200 yards.
Exactly.
And you're like, well, fuck.
I've always said, man, you want the quarterback on the bad team, which means you can wait around and get him like way late in the draft, or even stream him a lot of the time.
Or there's a few guys though, like fucking big. Well, Steelers are pretty shit right now. Actually,
Benny's doing some work, man.
He's doing great. I'm loving it. Holy shit, he's putting up 30 points. Like it's great
every week, man. Every week, time after time. Like Mahomes, for instance. Mahomes is my second quarterback.
That's insane. He's been going off.
I took Stafford, my old steady, and he kind of started slow, and he's back now, but he ain't no damn Mahomes.
Average points for Stafford. Like if Mahomes wasn't lighting it up, he'd be a fine quarterback. But
I'm nailing Mahomes on the wall and not looking back.
Fuck yeah! When's that going to slow down, if ever?
It won't.
That's crazy.
No, watching that kid for a full game, I am like wowed and awed. Like the throws he made, the pocket awareness. Like
23.
He can scramble, but he doesn't. Like, he got it there a few times, but he's a power passer, man.
That's the quarterback you want. Yeah, the guy who has the ability to run, but it's not his first instinct. Yeah. Those quarterbacks always lack because then they're just going to get hurt.
He reminded me of Russ, like Russ Wilson.
Just taller, because he's like
bigger,
fucking tall.
But like way bigger, yeah. Like a taller, stronger, better armed Russ Wilson.
And Baker Mayfield's basically like a Russ too.
Yeah.
But of like the same height.
He's a little Russ, yeah. He'll need to roll out a lot in his career. Yeah. But yeah, man, Mahomes is like the absolute truth. That kid is the next big thing for sure. And about the only guy I was right on this year.
Yeah. You draft. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing drafting Mahomes?
He was tutored by Alex, man.
Yeah.
Like Alex is a great teacher and he knows the game, and Andy Reid. Still trust Andy to develop young quarterbacks.
Andy Reid, one of the greatest coaches. Never won a Super Bowl.
He is.
I love Andy Reid.
I would agree with that.
I'd love it. Like if anybody's gonna win it this year other than the Eagles, I'd love KC so Andy Reid get a ring. He deserves it. Man.
Andy Reid also formerly Niners coach, so offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay, cool.
He was there for years. He was in the Bill Walsh team and everything.
Nice.
Him and Mike Shanahan and shit. That's why Kyle's in the family, man. He was there as a kid. Basically.
Just always, ball boy and shit.
Yeah, he was. He was just around the team as a kid. Now he's the boss. So.
Yeah, there's only two ways you can go. You're either going to become an NFL player or you're going to become a coach. Did he ever play? He's too young right now. He's only in his 30s.
I don't think he ever did, man. I love Kyle Shanahan. I think he's a great coach, but he does not look like an athlete.
No,
I'll tell you that right now.
That's a good thing if you're growing up and then you're not playing. Yeah.
I found he likes to play quarterback for the scout team.
Okay.
So he goes out there in practice and plays quarterback and throws passes and shit.
So maybe he's got a background like high school.
Yeah, he probably just enjoyed it. Yeah. He's a quarterback guy. Like he was a quarterback coach and then he was an OC. Like quarterbacks are his thing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to sling it sometimes, man.
That's pretty cool.
I hope he hasn't ever picked up a ball and been like, do it like this. It's like, dude.
Hey, Jimmy.
Dude, come on.
Throwing it wrong. Let me show you how to throw a ball.
Jimmy's always working.
He's gonna be working the rehab now, though.
Yeah, apparently him and McKinnon are like ACL buddies now. Kyle was saying they were texting each other, talking about they can go through rehab together.
McKinnon, what are you up to, man? I'm just chilling. Why? What's up? Tore my ACL too. Want to go hang out?
Yeah.
Play some Madden. Win the Super Bowl and Madden together.
Hopefully there isn't any more.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Hey, you lose your running back and your quarterback.
Honestly, aside from that too, there's just been like the starting safety hurt his shoulder. Sherman hurt his calf, so he's out a couple weeks. Just a general flood of injuries and really key positions, and the roster is still pretty thin because it's still rebuilding, and it's just like these next few games are not going to be any fun.
I wish I would have had you recorded saying how the Niners were going to go to the Super Bowl.
You said that.
You said they were going to the AFC or the NFC Championship.
I said they were going to the playoffs. I said we had a good shot to go.
At one point, you were like,
I know what my prediction was for this year.
You were like, good luck going to the finals because 49ers.
I said the NFC Championship will be fun against the Eagles.
Yeah.
That was yes.
Yeah.
I did believe
you did
that
say that.
After a couple of games though, I was like, "Ooh, no, this team's still a year away.
Maybe not.
This team's still a year away."
Jimmy's okay, but he was having a good game too. Look at his stats; he was playing well.
Hey, great game, man. Well, we were down 4 scores, and he just got to work. You know,
that seemed to be a theme in this week too. I saw that in a few games where it's like teams were down and started pulling back. Like, like fucking Fitzmagic was pulling back. He was pulling back. But I think
last night too, Bucks almost came back on the Steelers.
Yeah. I think
almost.
I think that was the first thing I said.
Yeah. Oh, Fitzmagic.
Yeah, Fitzmagic. Yeah. But yeah, no, definitely. I think we should definitely also talk about Nolans in Atlanta. Did you watch that?
Yeah, it was fun, man.
I watched the OT, which I
had a bet on that too. It was great.
This OT's pissed me off because not only like the ties are bullshit, but the fact that like Matt Ryan doesn't even get a chance to help his team when they they scored a fucking touchdown.
To be fair, Matt Ryan wouldn't have done anything because
he was going off that game though.
He's a choke artist though.
But like, come on, like, how does he not even get a chance?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous, man. It's so frustrating. What's this shit? They moved it down from 15 to 10 minutes.
I know that was their that's why we have more ties now.
Yeah. Oh, it's like what would they think? Like, do they want ties?
I didn't understand why they changed it to touchdown wins but field goal doesn't. It was like the dumbest half idea. Like, just do it. Do one thing or the other. Why?
Either one does it or both. Like, I don't know. It's
give them 2 possessions, man.
It's really confusing.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
One team does something. One team does something.
Let them match and then just have another overtime period. When team doesn't match, game over.
Or just do the college CFL route, man. Like, I still don't get why they don't do that. I don't know if it's like a player thing or what, but like, I don't think players like Aaron Rodgers.
But I mean, like, I think players want someone to win the game.
Yeah,
you know.
That's why I think the NHL adapted the shootout, even though the shootout sucks.
Yeah,
it's better than a tie.
Yeah,
it's better than 5 minutes and a tie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think anybody likes tying, man, unless you're the Browns, I guess.
I mean, like, you know, soccer has a lot of ties, and that's really the only unsatisfying thing I find about the sport. Is there's a shit ton of draws, and it's just so you're just kind of left hanging, you know?
Yeah, and aggregate scoring too. You have that too, which is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, that's all right.
And also, like, extra time, just stop the clock. What are you doing? Like, I'm not going to get into this. I really hate the way soccer is mapped out. Just frustrates me.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I can't do it, man.
Go Liverpool.
Go Liverpool. I want to create a soccer, but with like contact. Like when Slam Ball came out, you could like smoke players.
Yeah.
Just have more like shouldies or some shoulder pads.
Shouldies. No, I think that'd be a dope sport. Full contact soccer.
Ooh,
body checks.
Just going off.
Yeah.
Offsides are a thing, so you can cherry pick.
Yeah, for sure.
I always hate offsides.
You just gotta have one guy back.
Yeah.
To protect.
Yeah, it's called your goalie.
Yeah. Just run and gun.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, we can get into it. I can do a whole podcast about how to fix soccer.
I think you should.
Have Aiden on and just losing his shit. No, you can't do that. I can't do English.
You talk about all the history and why you can't do that. You can just piss on it.
Why is it called football? It's a fucking dumb name.
Well, to be fair, they should probably be called football.
Well, the stupid thing is they're not even called football. They're called football.
Footy.
Football.
Footy.
It's like FUT ball. What the fuck's this shit? Is that what you call your feet? Your foot?
Your foot? Your football?
Anyways. Yeah. I don't know.
You can edit this part out.
Oh no, it's staying in. I told you, I only edit the beginning. I don't edit anything anymore.
Too lazy. Just pure undistilled content, folks.
Yeah, I don't know. Aside from that, Eagles, like we said, Eagles got the dub. That was it. Oh, there was a cool thing about that one was just 2 quarterbacks coming back from knee injuries last year because Luck
Oh, true.
Luck was out that whole year, and they both played the way quarterbacks like that would play, except
Luck's had another couple games though.
Yeah, but Luck had a pretty good game. I mean, 40 passes. Actually, that's a pretty weird 25 for 40 for 164 yards.
Yeah, I know.
That's a weird stat line.
He was dinking and dunking.
They both went off though. I mean, Wentz 25, 37, 255.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about Wentz too, I'll say, is he shouldn't have to, but like I know his first year, yeah, they only went, I think it was 6 and 10, but he was throwing the ball like 50 times a game.
Yeah.
Whereas like Dak won MVP because Dak had Zeke running the ball and he could only throw for like, he could throw like 20 passes a game.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to look good whenever the field's open up and play action.
Yep.
But Wentz literally had to throw the ball like 50 times a game.
Yep.
And he was going off. So I like the fact that Wentz, you know, he can, like his first game back throws 37 passes.
Oh, yeah, man.
Holy
He's
shit.
a workhorse. Like the whole offense flows through him, you know, like the run pass options and once he gets a little rust off him and he can start doing that a little more and trusting himself to run and all that kind of shit, like they're just going to be dangerous.
I loved the still the aggressive play calling too when they were only up by 4. I think there was like just a little less than 2 minutes left, and it was like Colts had all their timeouts or something, and it was 3rd down, and instead of running it and then Colts calling timeout and have like good field position, they're like, fuck it, let's just throw the ball.
Yep.
And they did a play action throw and they almost got it. It's like I love that so much more than just, you see that so much now. It's just even if there's like a minute and a half left and the team has 3 timeouts, they're going to get the ball back because the other team's just going to run it 3 times right up the middle.
Yep.
And they're going to get stopped.
Yep.
So I like the fact that they kind of went for it and they almost got like the rollout pass.
Doug's aggressiveness is why you guys got a ring.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Keep it up. There's no reason to stop, man. You don't.
I'll let Peterson know when I have my weekly chats with him. Yo, Dougie,
It's like
keep up the aggressiveness.
the 10 years of Andy Reid showing you that, you know, conservative play calling does not win championships, even with talented teams.
Look at both coaches played the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
One got the W with a backup quarterback because he did not fuck around.
Nope.
He went for it.
Put it all on the table, man. All on the table. I will say about the Chiefs play calling this year, I don't think it's like Andy's really calling the plays. It seems like the OC is the play caller because that shit doesn't look like Andy. It looks like a college offense.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's all like that's probably the first time Andy's had a quarterback that's mobile like that since, well, he had McNabb and then he did coach Vic for a bit.
That's probably what he wanted, though.
That's his style. That's more of his kind of quarterback, right?
Like, he went out and got Vic out of, like, purgatory because he loved that skill set, obviously. You wouldn't take
Give him a
that.
second chance.
You wouldn't take that shit on unless you wanted that.
Yeah.
So, like, Mahomes is definitely, I don't know if he's Vic-ish. I could see it. Like,
No, but he's a guy who's not like Smith. Smith isn't really going to like run like Mahomes has the wheels, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I was reading that's like why they went to Mahomes this year was like they were looking at the tape and they just kept seeing stuff that Alex was leaving out there and kind of calculated that if Alex took those shots and they were successful, that they would have won a few more games and maybe the playoff game and stuff like that. And they were pretty convinced that Mahomes would make and could make those throws and would try to. And so it's apparently an easy decision.
So like he was the starter right from the get-go, right? Like they traded Alex Smith and he was named first, or they didn't have somebody else, right?
No, I mean, they drafted Mahomes last year and he understudied.
He backed up. And then they got rid of Smith and Mahomes was number 1 right away. I wasn't sure if they got another guy, but
Freaking Chad Henne, I think, is his backup.
Chad Henne?
So no, he is the unquestioned
Well,
starter.
they got a veteran then. They did pick up a veteran.
Christ. I can't believe Chad Henne's still
Oh man, I
employed.
love those fucking veteran QBs though. Those guys that are like somehow still just riding because they're schemes guys. So it's like, yeah, we need a guy who's just gonna play 5 games and throw the ball.
Just
Who
gets
can
it.
throw it like 30 times.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about fucking up.
He gets it. We don't have to worry that he's not going to get the system.
Those guys are Brian Hoyer, and then some of them get chances like Fitzpatrick, who just all of a sudden gets a chance and goes off.
Oh, is that guy? I forget what's his name. He backed up. He's been a backup in like 4 different places. Like as a free agent, he just keeps moving around and signing like $4 million contracts.
I don't know. Are you talking about the guy who's like more than that? Because Josh McCown's played for like 12 teams.
No, not McCown. He was on the Saints for a while. Saints long time backup. Forget where he is now. I can't remember his name. And it's just like the dude's made like $30 million in his career. He's played
Just-
like 8 years now, and
Yeah.
all he's done is just bounce around. I think he's thrown 15 passes or some shit like that, and they're like all garbage time. 10 of his snaps
Yeah.
are kneel downs, shit like
Who the
that.
Fuck, I don't even know what that'd be.
Like, it's just these dudes that excel on being twos. I hate that. God damn.
It's the guys who were the starters and then they've lost their spot, but they were just good like veteran presence.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So they stick around. That's what like all those guys were.
Like a lot of like these kids that come out and they're like drafted in the 4th and they back up a veteran or something, and then
Mhm.
they go somewhere else and back up another veteran and go
Oh,
somewhere else.
that sucks.
That's a weak ass path.
Yeah,
man.
no, you don't want that. You want a guy who's been playing and then he just couldn't hack it really. It's not that he couldn't hack it, but he just lost his spot to a younger guy, and then but he still has that presence to be a good backup.
I love the Josh McCown as backup model. Like he's an extra coach.
Did you
know?
see I was watching, I think it was a Football Life for him,
Mhm.
and he gave his daughter on Jersey Day. She's like, "Can I wear your jerseys with all my friends?"
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So she took a picture of like 8 of her friends all wearing a different team, and he tweets something like, "When your daughter doesn't have enough friends to fill like your entire career."
Your resume.
Yeah, he had more teams. Holy fuck, man!
That dude's had a hell of a run, man. Like,
Yeah, I love that.
good for him. He's like Sam Darnold's father now.
Yeah, that's true. Eh?
Apparently they have this weird like, father-son relationship.
Kind of look like each other, don't they?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like
Ooh.
Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan
Well, he's like
branching the two worlds here.
crossover.
Yeah, crossover.
Crossover.
Do you want to just kind of preview this week, or do you
Yeah,
want
that's what I was gonna say.
what's Shane's
oh.
Shane's game of the week?
Game of the week. Let's see. Actually, didn't look much. I was looking mostly at fantasy.
Before you do that, can I just ask a quick question? I don't know if you know
Mhm.
this or not. Is every game Dallas plays America's game of the week?
Of course, man. America's team.
So they're the only one that gets the game of the week. So why do
America's
they call it
team.
America's game of the week then? Why don't they just call it Dallas?
I don't know. I
play
just
this-
wish they'd keep letting Troy Aikman follow the Cowboys around like he wants to. Just he can announce their games and their games only. I'm kind of sick of him. On
You
other
don't like
games.
Troy Aikman?
No, he's so biased, man. Like when they get to Cowboys games, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like him and Joe Buck, honestly. Like it's just like Cowboys Nation up there in the booth.
I don't know if it was him
Tells
and Joe Buck though, but whenever Rodgers got hurt and then came back
Yeah.
against the Bears, holy shit, were they trying to like talk like they didn't? They're like, it's just like it's not that we're Packers fans or anything, but it's just like we're rooting for Rodgers because like why wouldn't you? He's such a great player. It's like we're just rooting for him. Like why would you not be a fan if you're an NFL fan?
We get it, man. We all like A-Rod.
Yeah.
He's a good
He's cool,
quarterback.
but
he's
you're
fun to watch.
Pushing a little hard here.
He's fun to watch. I know he's money too.
Yeah.
Like the ratings go up when A-Rod throws the ball. But
I'll say one more quick thing. Your thoughts on this? Because sometimes it's like when he came back for that game, it just I don't like how it was all Aaron Rodgers that they just praised.
Yeah.
Where it's like that one play, I think it was Cobb, where it was just like a quick like 5 slant. He dumped it to him, and then Cobb ran for like 80 yards, and they're like, Aaron Rodgers does it again. It's like
a little too much praise.
Yeah, I was like, no, I feel like Aaron Rodgers like just kind of like lateraled it to Cobb, and it's almost like if he's handed off to his running back, and then he went, it's like Aaron Rodgers, perfect handoff.
I feel like I like Aaron Rodgers, and I always have, and I think that the magic might be going this year though. Like it just doesn't.
I don't
He
know.
doesn't seem like Aaron Rodgers. Maybe it's the knee.
It's probably he's not 100% right now.
When was he though? That's what I mean too. Like was the last time dude was a hundo.
I think
It's
the
been
biggest thing
years.
on Aaron Rodgers was these last few years, those Hail Mary passes kind of elevated him to where everybody's like, oh my God, Aaron Rodgers.
See, that's what I'm talking about too. Like, you take away those couple Hail Marys, and like, what's Aaron Rodgers done in like the last 5 years?
He's still, I think, one of the best quarterbacks out there.
Sure.
Watching him play, he's unreal. But yeah, no, I agree. He's only won 1 Super Bowl. He's never made it back.
No. They barely made it back to the NFC Championship.
I don't know if he
game
has any.
since-
Does he have any records?
No.
I don't think he has any passing records. I think like Breeze has him on yards. Brady probably has him on
Yeah.
TDs, or Manning at least.
Oh, Breeze is gonna have all those records.
Yeah, I think that's just. I think he's made so many highlight reel passes that it instantly becomes Aaron Rodgers is amazing. But
Yep.
it's like he won those games, sure, but also those Hail Marys too. It's like amazing that he can throw the ball that far. But first of all, I guarantee you probably 95% of the quarterbacks in the NFL can throw the ball that far too.
Yeah.
And then second, props to the guy who was able to jump up and catch it out of like 15 other guys who were there.
That's coaching, honestly.
I feel like the praise to the quarterbacks is just weird sometimes.
That's coaching on like the Hail Mary jump ball. It's like getting the right timing and everything. Aaron Rodgers throws a great moonshot, right? Because he puts it really high, which lets it come down at like a different arc than everybody else. So like his guys have a better chance of
bullet,
instead of a bullet. Exactly. Like you played schoolyard ball, man. You heave that fucker up.
Yeah, you just got thrown.
It's way better when you moonshot it. Yeah. And like, so he's good at that for sure. But like lots of dudes can moonshot at 60 yards, whatever. Like for the last few years, I've wanted more from him. I think he's one of the great quarterbacks of our time. And I think he's being wasted.
This fucking team sucks.
And the team is drafted terribly for years, and he covers it up and makes them feel like they don't have to change philosophy.
That is true. I guess if you want to give Rodgers some credit, it's I guess the biggest thing too is when you think about it, once he leaves, like once he's hurt and he's not there, that team sucks. And then all of a sudden he helps them win games. So I give him that. That definitely does put it into a better perspective. So I don't want to trash him too hard, but it's just those little things that bug me.
That team has so many holes like all over the place, and like they just draft weird. You know, they had this like the Packers draft a certain way, and then like the game kind of moved past them, and they kept drafting those guys, and it wasn't working, and they took so long to adjust to it. The only thing they drafted well was like receivers. And after Rodgers.
Yeah, and then now they're all gone except for Cobb.
It's like all their defensive picks are busts. Their linebackers suck. They don't have a defensive line. They don't have an offensive line. You know, they'd never have had a running back.
Yep.
The list goes on.
They go after Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
They're not even using him.
I know.
It's like when he went to Seattle and it was like Jimmy Graham, like signing, big deal. And he didn't do shit for 3 years.
He's done nothing since leaving Saints.
No.
It's weird.
No. Makes me think he's just a Breeze guy. Yeah, Breeze made him good, and he's not good outside. He almost went back to New Orleans this year, apparently.
Oh, really?
He chose Packers instead because they have more money to give him.
I should have went to the Saints, man. Yeah. What are you doing?
Saints have been surprisingly bad, too, but they did scrape that one out.
So, yeah. What's your game of the week, week 4?
Oh, I don't know. Niners got the Chargers, which is like, damn. We're going to get toasted by Phil. So hard. Chargers looked pretty good this week, despite losing to the Rams. Because everybody's going to lose to the Rams. They might go undefeated. They're stupid good.
Yeah, fuck it. They got that offense that they had when they won the Super Bowl. Good.
Like, I watched a bit of it, and it's just, they're so smooth, man. Like, they're a hell of a team.
I got a game of the week. I think this should be fun.
Okay.
Fitzmagic against Khalil Mack.
Oh, yeah.
Bucks, Bears.
That's fun.
That could be a fun one. Tampa, Chicago, 1 o'clock game.
Where is it, though?
It's in Chicago.
Oh, fun. Even better. Tampa will probably lose that game. I bet you Matt goes wild. It's like Tampa's O-line isn't awesome either.
Yeah, and that's their strong suit, right? Their front four for the Bears right now is just unreal.
Well, it's like the Steelers had like 5 roughing the passer penalties, but to get in a position to rough the passer, you really got to bust through that line hard multiple times. Yeah. So there was leaky, man. Like 10 solid quarterback hits. This is actually not the greatest slate of games. It's all weird half games. You know? Saints and Giants should be fun. Bet you that's kind of
I think Miami, New England is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because Miami's undefeated right now, which is fucked.
Miami can basically go 2 games up in the division if they win that game.
If they win that game, they could easily take the division too because New England's always a threat, and if they can get one win over New England.
They'd control their fate, basically. And they'd be up by 2 or 3 games even. Yeah.
Well, because they would have the one up on the Patriots and they'd be 4-0. Patriots would be 1-3.
Yeah. Who would have thought that, right? I could see it. Pats look bad right now.
Yeah.
And it's not like the Dolphins even look great, but they look effective.
Yeah, it's weird, eh? They just seem to clicking.
Yeah. I got Kenny Stills, and he's always like, I never really think he's going to do anything because I don't like Tannehill. Like, I don't like Tannehill at all. I've never liked Tannehill. Mm-hmm. I think he's just crap. Like, he's overrated. And
I agree.
He's so mediocre and ordinary, man.
Not a big Tannehill guy.
Like, he screwed me a couple times.
Bring back Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. Jesus. Just give it to Matt Moore. Matt Moore is always a baller, man. Apparently the Niners might sign Matt Moore. Be our backup and maybe starter. I don't know. Cincy's been quietly good. Looks like Atlanta's favored by 5.5, which might be a little too much. Chicago favored by 3 might be a little too much too. Because like I don't really like Trubisky either, man. Like especially when you put him next to Mahomes. It's like Bears moved up to get Trubisky. They could just sat there.
Yeah.
Got Mahomes for
Not
the pick that they had.
Yeah.
And instead they gave us a 2. Gave the Niners a 2, which allowed us to give the Pats a 2 for Jimmy.
Garoppolo.
So thanks Bears. Didn't have to do that. Could have taken the better quarterback and just sitting pat. But
they got Khalil Mack, so that helped out.
Niners could have done that too, though, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
And I wish they did. As much as I love Jimmy, he's no Mahomes.
Yeah,
he costs $30 million now, and he's 28 or whatever.
Yeah.
Buffalo Green Bay. I mean, the Packers better win that friggin' game. That's
I hope Buffalo wins. That'd be amazing.
It would be really funny. Shouts to Aiden, our English friend, who's also a Packers fan.
Yeah, he's a Rodgers fan. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Once Rodgers leaves, he's not a Packers fan.
It's true.
I'm telling you right now.
It's true. Aiden once pictured in an Eli jersey. Putting that out there on the internet.
Oh, what a fucking
it's recorded forever now, buddy.
Yeah.
Detroit, Dallas, that could be okay, but Dallas has been really boring to watch.
Oh, Detroit's going to murder them.
They could. Seems like they got on track. Thank God that the Niners got there a week before they got on track.
Yeah, it's true. They should be undefeated right now.
Yeah, they just snuck in.
Philly, Tennessee, what are your thoughts on that one?
Philly better win that. Because Mariota, if he even plays, is like 80% and can't throw all the throws because of his elbow.
Yeah.
So he can only make like 70% of his passes and nothing long. So all you got to do is just box him in and don't let him run.
If we can get Jeffrey back, Jay back,
Ajayi's supposed to be back.
That'd be nice.
Ajayi's supposed to be back for sure. And Sproles too. So
yeah, I mean, like that, like just looking at the injury rate now. Right now, it's saying that we have.
I don't think Jeffrey will be back this week.
Peters is hurt again. Peters always hurt. He's so good though. Sproles, Jeffrey, Ajayi, Corey Clement, Mike Wallace. Well, he's out though. He fractured tibia.
Oh, he's done.
Jordan Matthews, fucking right hamstring IR. Just got him. Fucking hurt again.
What? He went on IR?
Yeah, he's on the IR for a right hamstring injury.
Jesus. Ridiculous. What a disappointment that guy was. That was a chip pick, right?
Jordan Matthews?
Yeah.
No, he was there.
No?
I believe he was there before. He was good, man. Him, like Carson Wentz was talking about. He got a massive ovation when he caught that ball in that game.
Yeah.
Eagles fans I love Jordan Matthews. I'm glad we got him back, but now he's hurt again. Well, not again. I would just say he's hurt. Like I don't think he was ever really hurt.
Just whatever. He's not on the team again because he hurt himself. Basically, you should go pick him up, man.
Pick him up in what?
Well, I guess now he's on IR. He might return though.
I almost picked him up.
One of those IR
glad
returns.
I didn't.
Well, it's like especially since you guys are short on receiver, but I guess it's all gone now.
We got a plan. Don't worry. We always got a plan.
I think you guys should win it. 4-point line is about right. I bet you it's a field goal game. So, because it's like you're in Tennessee. They have a really good D too. They just beat the Jaguars for God's sakes. Shut down the giant that is Blake Bortles.
Was it 9-6 game?
God, I was watching Red Zone and it didn't even come on. It didn't even, I forgot it was on. My friend texted me, "Are you seeing this Tennessee game?" And I was like, "What? That's on?" And
first of all,
it was 6-6.
Seeing this Tennessee Jacksonville game? No.
It was something like because Mariota had to go in because Gabbert got concussed, but he couldn't really throw, so it was a lot of tricky shit, you know?
Yeah.
And like he'd throw these little dinky passes and they'd just run and there'd be a ton of like handoffs and flips. Jesus. And it was a really bad idea. They just should have just elevated a quarterback from the practice squad.
But if he's not, like sometimes they don't have those guys.
Most teams have a guy on the practice squad.
But is he eligible to play? Some guys, they don't have them eligible. Like they might have had not just a third string.
Most teams don't carry a third quarterback anymore. But I mean, in that scenario, I say you do, kind of thing. You know, just bring someone in. Especially
if you know your backup's hurt.
Well, that's why you keep a kid on the practice squad because he still knows the system. And you can just come up and then you can cut him, put him back on the practice squad. Yeah, that's what the Niners are doing. They're gonna bring their practice squad kid up. He's like 5'9".
Who, Brogan?
No. Hey, we could sign Brogan.
Get Brogan.
We're going to have a practice squad quarterback spot open. He's a pocket passer. Kyle will love him.
So, yeah, I guess let's break down. You said you want to talk point spreads?
Yeah. There's not a lot of great ones this week. They're all 3 lines because it's early, you know. We're recording this on Tuesday, so the lines get a little more defined as the week goes on.
I'll give you a nice little intro, too, for it. Point spreads with Jane.
Talking
spreads, baby.
Oakland favored by 2.5 over Cleveland. I hate that. I take Cleveland to bust that.
Okay, whoa, before we do this, what site are you using for the point spread?
Just the score app,
Score?
which
Okay.
is usually piped in.
So if you guys want to follow at home,
yeah,
Shane's on the score right
I think
now.
it's usually piped in from Vegas.
Okay.
These odds are.
So are they
not
gonna
always,
change?
but these ones are, and they do fluctuate throughout the week. They'll get tighter.
When do they get locked down?
Usually Saturday or Sunday morning. Actually, it fluctuates all the way through. A lot of times betting will get shut down on Sunday morning because of injuries and stuff, and the injury report comes out. That's usually when it ends. I want a nice ticket this weekend. Three game point spread.
Oh, nice. Okay, actually, while we're doing this, I'm going to ask you some questions here.
Okay.
So on the score, it says T 41.5. Does that mean like total?
Yep.
So
that would be your over under.
Okay, so you can only pick one, or you can pick both, or you have to
Over under would just be like you think the total score will be over that number.
Okay.
Or under.
But can you also do the point spread too,
Yep.
or can you? Okay.
I don't really do over under because I think it's, I don't know,
But if you do,
tougher to guess.
so you could win the over under but lose the point spread.
Well, you'd bet.
Like, do you
on-
take the 4 away from that then?
You would just bet on like over under is a bet by itself and point spread's a bet by itself.
Oh, okay.
They don't really interact. I'm sure you could interact them.
That'd be a weird one though.
On some ticket, probably in Vegas style. Like Vegas has that crazy
Yeah.
link gambling and stuff.
Yeah.
England too. Friend was telling me as somebody from Australia in town, and Australia also has these crazy gambling laws where you can bet on like everything, like the first person to catch a pass, like the first point scored,
Just prop bets.
but crazy prop bets for like
Yeah.
everything, and throughout the game too, like next person to score a touchdown, like you can just
Ooh,
bet
that's fun.
during the game,
That'd be fun.
shit like that. So I hope Canadian gambling gets to that point at some point. But I'm more of a point spread guy because I don't know. I just found it an easier gamble than trying to do pro line, as they call it here in Toronto, which is like they set the odds and you can pick like a win by 3.
You
or
don't
a
have
tie.
you don't have pro line in BC?
It's called something different.
Oh, I was gonna say because in Ontario, I think just in Ontario in general, it's pro line.
Oh,
Because back home, like we're like 4 hours.
it's
back home,
just
pro
the
line.
OLG stuff because gambling's provincial.
I thought pro line was like a universal term.
No, man.
Damn. There's something new
Leave
every day.
Ontario. Sometimes.
Damn.
Sports action. That's what they call it in BC. Sports action.
Lame.
Usually there's a lot of conventional logic with point spreads that I'm not like a huge fan of, like home underdogs. People love home underdogs because there's a lot of waiting for the home
Makes
team
sense.
in point spreads because it does mean a lot. And if you gamble on point spreads after a while, you do notice there is
Trends.
definitely a bias towards the home team.
Mm.
Where the home team wins tighter games more often than the visitor team does because they just like feed the energy,
Okay.
instead of, I don't know, getting shut down by it and stuff. Because it's harder to play as a visiting team too because the noise, just the
Yeah,
general noise
true.
of trying to execute drives when people are cheering and shit like that. So, home teams are always going to be more favored in general. I kind of like this Atlanta at home by 5.5 over Cincy right now. Like Atlanta's offense is really on fire, and like you were saying, Matt Ryan's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
The Bengals don't look bad, but they're still the Bengals.
I keep
Yeah.
forgetting Andy Dalton's on that team.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. And this is a classic. Bengals had a pretty good game, but lost last week, and now they're going to just totally suck and blow out this game.
Yeah.
So I would take Atlanta 5.5 over Cincy at home. That sounds good to me.
Did you see this Chargers 49ers spread?
Oh yeah,
Minus 10.5 for the
I don't
Chargers.
really think that's a good one. I think that'll probably shorten to more like maybe 9 or 8.
It's the highest one.
Well, it's
crazy.
like it's just like the Chargers score a lot, and clearly the gamblers don't think the Niners with our backup quarterback are going to be able to keep up. But I bet we can, and I bet you it's a lot closer than 10.
I'm taking that spread.
I would take the Niners to break at 10.5, but I bet you
No.
it's not that in a couple days. I bet you it's like 8.5 or 9.
Yeah, fair enough.
Might get more though, because like the Chargers did look good against the Rams, like best team in the league, and the Niners are really not going to be looking good for a while here.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
So, Green Bay by 10 against Buffalo. Like I don't know, man.
I saw that too. That was wild.
Like Green Bay did not look good this week against Washington, and Buffalo looked excellent. And that could always be just a 1 week phenom thing, but Green Bay coming off a loss, and Buffalo coming off the biggest win that they've had in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 points seems like a lot, and Aaron Rodgers is wonky, so I would probably take the Bills to bust that one. Also, Jacksonville by 7.5 against the Jets. Like, I know the Jets didn't look good last week, but neither did the Jags.
Yeah.
So, and I don't see why you'd give the Jags over a touchdown in a game when they don't really usually win games by 8 points to 10 points. It's usually like they win by 3 or 4 or 7, rarely more. So, I don't know, man. I don't love the Jets or Darnold right now, but 7.5 feels like a lot.
So basically what it is like if you take Jacksonville, you have to take 7.5 points from their score, and if they're still winning, you win?
No, they win by 7.5, basically. So 8. Like, they have to win by 8 and cover the spread.
Oh, they have to win by 8 or more, and you
7.5 or more, which, I mean, just...
Oh, so what I said still makes sense too, then.
It does.
If you take it...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
But if you pick the Jets...
You're just adding a step.
If you take the Jets and Jacksonville only wins by 3 points, you win because you cover
Take the Jets and the Jets win, or, it's less than 8, then... Yeah.
I get gambling. I get it now.
There it is. Which is why, like, you want to take, like, the Jets. I would probably bet on the Jets there.
Because that's such a big one, yeah.
I don't necessarily think they're going to win, but I don't think they're going to lose by 8. And I don't
Yeah.
think the Jags are going to win by 8, more importantly, right?
True.
So that'd be a pretty good one. Philly, Tennessee. I don't like that. Philly by 4 on the road. No fun.
Oh, come on.
No.
We're going to win by
Screw that.
10.
Feels like a field goal or something weird. Wentz is rusty. I don't know what the hell's going on with that whole
The
thing.
rust is shaking off, man. He's going ham this week.
Get to Seattle, Arizona. Seattle only by 3, which seems weird because Arizona's been terrible. But Rosen's starting this week.
Yeah, but Seattle's been just as terrible.
Yeah, they looked a little better. I mean,
Against the Cowboys. Everybody
against
looks
Cowboys,
good. Cowboys fucking suck.
I think they're kind of the Hawks will always be in every game. They rarely get blown out because they're always Russ Wilson will always roll out and throw a friggin' bomb. And some 6th round 5'8" receiver will catch it and go to the house, and it's just like
where'd that guy come from?
The Hawks are the Hawks, man. Like Tyler Lockett caught some stupid long pass.
Yeah, like an 80-yarder or something.
And like the Hawks are always going to be like that. I don't even know why they pay receivers. They never have to. Russell just throw it up and some little guy will go catch it. I like Rosen, but it's still Seattle. It's still Earl Thomas. They're not as fearsome as they used to be, but they're still quick and sharp. And I wouldn't want to be a rookie in my first game going against Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, no, fair enough.
I'll tell you that. So, probably Seahawks by 3. That feels fair. Yeah, I was saying this. I don't know if I did actually on air or not, but Oakland by 2.5 over Cleveland. No way, man. Cleveland's going to take that. Oakland
You think they're going to
sucks.
beat Oakland?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Baker's going to go off?
I think the dumpster fire in Oakland continues for a while.
Oh, man.
I just don't see it, man. Like, Cleveland's really talented, and Oakland's not. And people need to just get it out of their head that Cleveland's a bad team, because they're not. They're a good team.
Do you think it's more John Gruden, or just Oakland just sucks in general?
Oh, it's Gruden, for sure. Yeah. I mean, trade Max one thing, but just, like, signing all those 80-year-old guys and shit, it's just, he doesn't know how to build a team in this era.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way you build a team, seemingly the successful teams, draft a young quarterback, use his cheap rookie salary to load up on temporary pieces for the defensive line or the secondary, make a run, man. Like the Eagles did, like Seahawks did, like the Rams are doing right now. Like, it's a good model. Like, the Jags are kind of doing it still because they only had to pay Blake like 18. And it's like, I think it's a good model because you can get these kind of veteran rentals like Michael Bennett on the Eagles.
Yeah, he's not even fucking starting. It's crazy. He hates it too. He's rattled.
Yeah, really?
I feel like I heard them say that first game where it's like he was pissed that he's not a starter, and then I saw them pull him out one play and he was like, "What?"
I can see it. Michael Bennett loves him some Michael Bennett, but he's great too, man. I love him. Like,
yeah, that's why I'm shocked that he's
solid.
not starting.
They're just going deep, right? Like they want to rest these
just rotate
vet guys early because they
enough.
want him in December.
True. Yeah. No, that's smart. Yeah.
Like,
should do it with Jason Peters. Fuck.
Yeah, no shit.
God damn, he's so good, but he's always hurt.
Like that nice deep, like that's exactly what the Seahawks were. They just signed like, a really deep defensive line, and they were able to just keep coming at you relentlessly, wave after wave. Guys would get tired and sub out. Other guys would come in, man. Yeah. Never stopped.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. But that's how teams are building now. Niners went the opposite way. We'll see how it goes.
The Niners just don't know what they're doing.
Oh, we just don't have anyone to pay. Like, people are like, oh, you can't pay Jimmy 30 because like it'll create a cap crunch, and like, yeah, that'd be true if we had like literally anyone on the team that was worth extending, but we don't because they haven't drafted well for like 5 years up till now. So any guys that are coming to the end of their rookie contracts ain't worth shit.
Yeah, they're just gonna get cut.
So they're just getting out, man. Like
Yeah.
Jimmy Ward, first round pick, he's out. Like he'll be out. He's not worth anything. Eric Armstead, he's a defensive lineman, like 8th overall, not worth shit. He's gonna be gone too. Like it was just a black hole of drafts.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we can afford to sign a shit ton of guys because we don't have anybody to extend. It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah.
Like all the guys that are worth extending were just drafted by Lynch, like last year or this year, and they're not up for like 3-4 years for extensions. So spend the money, go get the guys.
Go for it.
But yeah, I would take Cleveland. Fuck that. Oakland sucks. New Orleans by 4 over the Giants. That's a pretty good one. I wouldn't really touch that. I don't like the ones that are about 3 points. Like 3-point lines are danger.
Okay.
I find. I like the bigger lines. Busting a big line is
tough.
usually my bet.
Yeah.
Like I don't think a team's gonna win by 8. I don't think a team's gonna win by 7. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Baltimore Pittsburgh division game. I like to stay away from division games too because those things are inherently fucky.
Oh, your God,
Like
yeah.
you never know. You really never know where a division game is going to go. Is it going to be a blowout? Is it going to be tight? Is it going to be physical? Who knows, man? It's weird.
That's a
Like-
crazy total too. 51 points.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to hit that.
Definitely
I mean,
that.
Like, no, I don't think so. I mean, Flacco's not that good this year or at all. Like Kansas City, Denver too. Like Kansas City by 5. I like that. I think that they're going to crush them. I'd probably take that one. I'm all drunk on Mahomes right now, man. I can't get over that kid. He's so good. 56 points and like 40 of those are the Chiefs.
Holy shit. 13 TDs and no picks.
Yep.
What the fuck?
He has the most touchdowns in the first 3 weeks or whatever of anyone ever.
Damn. Think we'll go a whole season without throwing picks?
He might be Superman. I don't know, man.
Hey man, Foles went like 23-2.
Oh yeah, that's a.
He didn't play a full
ratio.
season, but yeah.
I remember Rodgers was like, I think he threw like 5 or something his last healthy season. He was like over 40 touchdowns and like 5 picks. It was nuts.
I think McNabb was the first quarterback to throw
Yeah.
over 3 TDs and over 30 TDs and under 10 interceptions.
Oh really?
I have a poster from Sports Illustrated that
quarterbacks are fucking terrible.
it also could have said though one of like a few quarterbacks. You know those ones where it's like
Yes.
the first quarterback. I hate when they go like the first person since this date.
Yeah.
So it's like they weren't the first person to do it. They've just done
hate-
it since then.
I hate the rando dates, man.
Yeah.
Like since he was drafted, he does this and this,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, but history didn't start then. I don't know.
First quarterback since 2017 to do this. So last year.
Last year, you're talking about last season then. No, it's just like everybody's searching for 24 hours of content. So there's
They
a
always
lot
like
of-
those like stats, right?
They're digging
Yeah.
for stats,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, that's it for the point spreads this week. There's actually some pretty good action. I looked at this earlier and was like, it seems like kind of an iffy point spread week. I'll check back in.
Make some cash money.
Lines are subject to change too, folks. So
If you make your bets now and they change, do you get where you pay
no,
for
you
them?
lock in basically. So like if I
Yeah.
bet on one of these games today, I lock in whatever the point spread is today.
You should take that fucking 10.5 one then with the Niners.
I never bet on the Niners. Never. It's been years, man. Honestly, like I busted way too many good tickets trying to throw Niners in there.
You'd be a millionaire right now.
I haven't expected them to lose in years, despite them being terrible. So whatever.
Well, that's everybody every year, right? Your team. You never expect your team to lose.
Oh, they're 16-0, or I'm pissed every year.
yeah.
Every year, man.
How the fuck did we lose a game?
Like I see why they lost, but I'm pissed because they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Like they should have done this or that, or they made this throw, or whatever. There's everybody can win any game, and the stupid Bills showed that this week.
Yeah. No,
You know?
100%.
Like any given Sunday, as Al Pacino would say.
That's a good. Fuck. I was gonna end on a movie title.
We'll double up.
Have you seen Two for the Money?
No,
Matthew McConaughey Al Pacino movie
no.
where it's about sports betting.
Oh,
McConaughey becomes
Oh.
like an overnight sensation calling games.
yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's a good movie.
I like to watch gambling movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does that thing. It's almost like whenever it's the Simpsons one releases, like if you pick this team, then like if they win,
Yeah.
then you know, like I love you or whatever. But if they lose, then like I'll never forgive you. And Homer like, oh, like I can win money or I lose my daughter's love. That's pretty much how like two for the. I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's like McConaughey makes a bet where it's like this happens and like he's ruined, but if this happens, then like he gets to keep his life or something. I don't know. It's fucking funny though.
That's the way I'd like to gamble.
We'll watch 2 for the money and tell you guys about
Definitely, man. Definitely.
But yeah, cool.
That's about it this week.
Good runner.
Yeah.
How long we got?
Happy betting, everybody, and happy fantasying.
Yeah, good luck. Hope you guys are doing a lot better in your fantasies than Shane.
Hey,
I'm doing pretty good. So
you're doing like barely better.
2-1, and I beat you. So
barely.
Right now, I have the tiebreaker.
Oh Jesus! I'm not gonna need a tiebreaker because I'm gonna be in the basement. By the way, the loser punishment should be light and not at all severe.
Why? Just because you and Lindsay are both 0-3?
Oh no, man, not at all.
Fair enough. We'll figure it out.
Get that dub this week, buddy. We'll see.
Anyways, yeah. So I know what's gonna happen. It's you and Lindsay are gonna both be winless, and then one of you is gonna get the win.
I guess we gotta play sooner or later, right? Yep. So, yeah.
Oh, and I'll also say this really quickly. I think week 5, me and my brother are playing each other, and we have a bet where it's not so much a bet, but it's stipulation. Okay. We both set the other guy's lineup, but you have to set a legal lineup. So you can't put anybody in that's hurt. You can't add drop anybody. You have to just take their roster and set it.
That's crazy.
So we're doing that week 5.
I would never do that, but I think that's a lot of fun, and I'll be looking forward to it.
So he might. I don't know. I feel like he might dip out because like he'll probably be 4-0 by that point. I don't know if he's going to want to risk it, but he might. So we might do that. So
that'd be fun. Maybe I'll give everybody else a chance to catch up.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey man, I'm about to go on a run. I did this in another pool. I started like 0-5, and then I rattled off. I won the rest of the whole season, made it to the finals, and lost in the finals. It was heartbreaking.
Well, you're gonna have to rattle soon because unless we change it, only 4 teams make the playoffs. But we can talk about that.
We'll start rattling.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, cool. So thanks for listening, guys. As always, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, Insta, at Punch Sports.
Punch Sports.
Peace.
Peace.